Welcome to the video tour of the Argus-Spectrum Online Learning Center. This service allows fire alarm engineers from all around the world to use one of the remote equipment kits to introduce themselves to the Streletz Pro wireless alarm system. The user can control and monitor the equipment kit in the Streletz-Master software, while simultaneously observing each device through a live camera feed. The service is completely online, which means that you don't need physical access to a real system in order to learn how to use it. To get more information and try the service for free, please go to our website, Argus-Spectrum.com. In this video, we will discuss how you can use the Streletz-Master software to test the system, check the connection strength, read measurements from devices, and change their settings. Let's start with an introduction to the remote equipment kit. It is based on the Streletz Pro Start Kit and contains the following devices: a Translator Module, an Expander Module, a Call Point, an Input Module, an Optical Smoke Detector, a Smoke Detector with a built-in speaker, a Beam Detector, an Output Module, a Controllable Exit Sign. For more information on the equipment, please refer to the video reviews of the Start Kit and individual devices. The Translator Module connects to the loop of a fire control panel, receives signals from wireless devices, and translates them to the panel via a wired protocol. In order to expand the range of the network, expander modules are placed throughout the building. Signals from wireless devices can be received by the expanders, then travel through multiple expanders, eventually reaching the Translator Module. Streletz Pro supports the mesh network technology, which means that detectors are not assigned to individual expanders. They choose their own parent expander, and all communication paths in the system are established automatically. The advantage of a mesh network is that you don't have to manually specify the network topology. You only need to position the expanders throughout the building based on their connection radius, and the network will automatically arrange itself in the most optimal way. This technology significantly speeds up the installation procedures. Streletz Pro has advanced technical specifications, including up to 2,000 devices in one system, communication range of 1,200 meters, up to 127 expanders in the network, 10 years of battery life, a 3-second activation delay for alarm devices. You can connect a PC to the Translator Module and use the Streletz-Master software to set up, monitor, and analyze the wireless network. Our Learning Center is aimed to help you get an understanding of how the software works and what are the main features it provides. In order to get started, go to our website and create an account. After that, you'll need to pass a small test to confirm your basic understanding of the Streletz Pro technology. This video covers all of the questions on the test. When you pass it, you'll be able to select the time and date of your session. A confirmation letter will be sent to your email address containing instructions on how to connect your computer to our remote desktop server. After you have logged in the system using the provided credentials, boot up the Streletz-Master software using the configuration file on the desktop. This file contains all of the information on the system composition and settings. In order to establish a connection between the PC and the equipment, press the Activate Event Protocoling button at the top of the window. In order to initiate a test alarm in the system, select the WL8OV device from the list and press the button with the red bell at the top of the window. Confirm the action, and after a few seconds, the system will enter an alarm state. Observe the equipment kit on the live camera feed. The LEDs on the WL8OV detector should start flashing, which indicates that the device is playing the warning message. A fire alarm message will pop up in the event protocol, and the alarm state of the device will also be indicated in the fault column in the top window. To reset the system back to its normal state, select the WL8OV again and press the Reset Fires and Faults button. In the action bar at the top, you will also find other available control commands for the devices. For example, select the WL8O detector and press the red circle button. The LED indicator on the detector will begin to flash red. This could be a useful feature if the devices don't have a label with their address in the system. You can also send the signal command to the exit sign, and it will blink several times with its LED array. Each device makes different measurements that you can see in real time using the Streletz-Master software. To access this data, go to the Service tab. The table contains all of the available information for each device. The primary and secondary supply columns display the voltage level of the main and the backup battery. The analog value and analog type columns will contain different values based on the type of device. For example, smoke detectors will show the smoke and dust levels in the sensor chamber. The input module can display the electrical resistance in the input circuit. The normal voltage level of a full battery in a wireless detector is 3.2 volts. The device will generate a fault event if the voltage drops below 2.7 volts. Knowing this information, you can use Streletz-Master to plan battery replacement ahead of time. The same principle applies to the dust level. The device goes into a fault state when the value is over 127. However, it is recommended to clean the chamber when the dust level exceeds 64. By analysing these measurements, you can plan maintenance procedures in advance and not risk having any potential false alarms. Double-click any device to see the history of measurements it has made. On the right, you can choose which values are displayed in the graph. Streletz-Master software has the problem filter feature that could be useful for system maintenance. Open it using the button on the top of the table and select the desired time interval, for example, a month. The Problems column will now display the number of faults and alarms that occurred in that time frame for each of the devices. You can sort the table by this column, so that the devices that need to be inspected and fixed during maintenance will be at the very top of the list. The Event Protocol window is located in the bottom part of the Service tab. Here you can see all the events that occur in the system. The colour shows you if the event is common, a fault, or an alarm. Above the list of events, you will find buttons for downloading the full protocol from the translator, disabling automatic scrolling, clearing the list, and exporting it to an HTML file. You can sort the event list by one of the columns and set a filter for each of the columns. For example, you can set the protocol window to only display alarm messages or events from a certain device. The Streletz-Master software allows you to analyse the network topology and connection strength with wireless devices in real time. To do that, go to the Wireless Connection tab. The table on the right allows you to see the connection strength with each device in the system. The Score column shows connectivity levels with the devices on a scale from 2 to 5. It is recommended that all devices have a connection rate of at least 4 or 5. The Actuality column tells you how much time has passed since the connectivity levels have been last updated. The table can be sorted by any of the columns. For example, click on the Score column header to quickly find devices with the weakest connection. By double-clicking on a device, you can open a graph of recorded connection strength with this device over a set amount of time. The Network Topology window shows how wireless devices are interconnected with each other in the system. The Translator and the Expander modules are located at the intersection of the lines, and other devices and detectors are represented by the blue circles. The colour of the line also shows the connection strength. For example, green means a stable connection. The graph orientation options in the top right of the window allow you to change how the topology is displayed in the program. The graph in the lower left corner shows the current signal level and traffic percentage in the network. In a good functional system, the base level of the signal graph should fall in the range from -110 to -90 dBm, and traffic should not exceed 10%. Double-click on the graph to see the traffic and signal levels across all 6 available frequency channels. The software provides rich customization options for every device in the system. All changes can be applied via the wireless protocol, so there's no need to dismantle the devices to make adjustments with physical buttons and switches. To access the settings, go to the Configuration tab. The main window on the left has the full list of all devices programmed in the system. Right-click on any device to see its settings in the right window. The available settings will depend on the type of device. For example, smoke detectors allow you to change the sensitivity of the sensor. In the WL8OV settings, you can set a limit for how long it should be repeating the message if the alarm is not dismissed. You can also change the brightness of the LEDs on the exit sign. In the translator settings, you can also select one of the 6 frequency channels that will be occupied by the system. If the graph on the Connection Quality tab shows a high level of interference, you may need to change channel number. Most of the time, it does not require any adjustments. When you are done configuring the devices, click on the Apply Changes button at the top of the window. The software will save the configuration file and write all of the changes into the memory of the devices. This will conclude the video tour of the Streletz-Master software and the Online Learning Center. We urge you to try the service for yourself and see what makes Streletz Pro one of the most advanced wireless alarm systems on the market. If you have any questions or inquiries, our technical specialists are always ready to answer them via email or phone. Thank you for choosing Streletz Pro.